What is a performance that really inspired you to be an actor?
That's a really good question.
Jenna Rollins in A Woman Under the Influence.
Jodie Foster in Foxes. Yeah, and Sherry Curry. I was like, what is that? I want to do that.
I'm gonna go back to just Disney films. Animation made me feel so seen. I have to go back to like The Little Mermaid. I'm serious. My fiance looks exactly like Prince Eric. I fucking scored. I wanted to be Ariel, and I am.
Emma Watson performing a Puck monologue in the movie Ballet Shoes. It's such a deep cut. And I remember growing up just completely obsessed with the entire movie.
I never forgot seeing The Graduate when I was a kid and went back 5 days in a row.
I love Anne Bancroft. I just loved her in The Graduate. What an incredible presence she had.
Do you guys know this movie called Moonlight Mile? This like intimate family drama. And Susan Sarandon, she's a mother who's lost her daughter, and the way she's dealing with it is so complex. I think I saw it when I was like 16 or something, and it was like, I want to be that lady who's like smoking and making jokes because her daughter died and she doesn't know how to handle it.
It's probably Andy Samberg and Hot Rod. Which is a little different than that one. Not quite as deep, but I actually think there's, some deepness there.
Let's party. There have been performances that have re-inspired and redefined my ambitions as an artist to when it comes to the stories I want to be a part of. And the first one that comes to my mind is Song Kang-ho. Memories of Murder, are you kidding me? Parasite, obviously.
I remember seeing Once Upon a Time in America, the Sergio Leone movie. And I remember being conscious about the magic that I would be sitting in a small village in Denmark, identifying with these characters in the Lower East Side in New York in the 30s. And I was like devastated.
Like what Pacino does in The Godfather with the stillness to like Gene Wilder in Young Frankenstein. As absurd as it is, he just plays with such honesty and conviction, and that's what makes it hilarious. I mean, everybody in Waiting for Guffman.
Oh my God.
Including Catherine O'Hara. I mean, like, that movie to me was the measuring stick for comedies, like all those Chris Guest movies. But to me, Guffman was like, God, I want to do that.
Parker Posey.
Oh, yeah.
Just walk in, get a Coke.
Cokes. Just drive in and get a Coke.
Can I say Conan O'Brien? Conan's wackiness inspired me and made me feel like that ginger guy is hilarious and like weird as hell and warm and cool and freakish. The Saturday Night Live era that I got from Sherry O'Terry and Will Ferrell to Tina Fey. I remember when The Lonely Island first came out, I was like a 10th grader in high school. Chronicles of Narnia blew me and my friends' minds. Like we couldn't. Like Donald Glover was in a sketch group. Tina Fey had 30 Rock. Amy Poehler, like I was doing Upright Citizens Brigade and she was like one of the founders of UCB. Like I feel like I had some really great women. Maya Rudolph, my queen.
My idol and shining star in the sky is Tracy Ullman. So I would watch Tracy Takes On HBO in the 90s.
I'm gonna blow your mind. Are you ready?
Yeah.
John Ritter in Noises Off.
Really?
Yeah, like the most perfect actor.
Yes.
So funny.
Growing up, my mom and my dad both said, you should be an actor like Jim Carrey. My favorite Jim Carrey film is Bruce Almighty.
I think Molly Shannon in Superstar, the way her body's moving, the way that you feel like even if she's playing a crazy character, you believe it.
I think the first time, forgive me, I can't remember the actor's name, but that I saw Free Willy, I didn't realize acting was a job, and I just wanted whatever job the kid had where he got to ride the whale. Also, when I was young, I think Heath Ledger as the Joker, it scared me so much. Yeah, that still is really inspiring to me. And Kirsten Dunst in all of those younger kid adventure movies. I remember seeing her in like Interview with the Vampire and thinking that was such a cool job and that I really hoped I'd get to do that one day.
My favorite movie of all time is Scream. I had always wanted to be an actress, but Wes Craven really sealed the deal for me. Matthew Lillard is incredible. Matthew Lillard is incredible in everything that he does. I just wanted to live in that world, and it made me really, truly fall in love with cinema. There's something about what Wes Craven does that just I connect to.
Charlize Theron in Monster.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
How old are you?
Young.
Really?
young and terrified.
Oh my God.
But my dad was like, she's like one of the hottest models in the world. And I was like, I want to do that. I want to be a hot model. And
And now you are.
And here we are.
I was really inspired when I was young by Laura Dern in the movie Citizen Ruth. It was like an ugly character, and she was gritty and weird and off, and she wasn't beautiful. Like, she is beautiful, but this character wasn't. And I just thought, like, oh, maybe there's a place for me in this business that doesn't have to be like glamorous and perfect looking and can still like tell a story like that.
I find it so interesting going back and watching movies from the 1930s and 40s and seeing how the style was so different. And I feel like I take a lot from that. I mean, I think about Katharine Hepburn a lot. I think she's like, her comedic timing and her presence in the scene, like her performance in the Philadelphia Story, I just think is so fantastic.
Can't do better than that.
And it just feels so timeless. So I like going back and watching those performances and picking out the things that make it feel so modern and real.
At about 18 or so, I was introduced to the films of Preston Sturges. And he wrote such amazing female characters. And one of my favorite films ever is The Lady Eve with Barbara Stanwyck. And she just was a firebrand of being able to be present and funny and heartbreaking and deliver dialogue in the most incredible way with pace and humanity. Women really dominated in that period, like, Katharine Hepburn. I think those kind of leaders and groundbreakers for showing women that they could be the focal point of a story and be strong and powerful and yet still vulnerable and funny.
I did like watching old movies when I was a kid, and I thought Susan Hayward was the most glorious woman I'd ever seen in my life.
A specific Korean drama comes into my head. It's called Hwangjini. The show portrays the Korean traditional colors through the clothes, as well as the arts, the dancing, and that really caught my eye as a young girl, and that really planted the seed inside of me.
I think of The Color Purple. So many performances in that were wildly moving. But then I think of Glory, that moment when they're learning, being taught to shoot, and he's stuttering and he's shaking, trying to reload. Yes. Yeah. And, he's not necessarily a big name actor, but his performance was just so incredibly grounded and believable that I said, oh my gosh, this is what I want to do and have to do.
Denzel, Glory. Watched it with my dad. There's something he put on his last line in the movie when he said charge, which was a sort of conviction. And I knew that he had done some sort of work to get to the conclusion that that was how he needed to do that. And I became obsessed with that, whatever that process might have been.
When I first started doing acting on stage, one of my mentors was this guy, Randall Duck Kim, who's just a phenomenal Shakespearean and classical theater actor. And I saw an old VHS performance of him doing Shylock. And I carried that with me for a very long time as sort of a standard. I still think about that because I got chills when I watched it. And,
that's so cool.
And it was so simple.
John Malkovich, I watched him. I just got into town, and I went to a play in downtown Los Angeles, and I saw him doing True West. And I thought, oh my God, I want to do that.
I love Dirty Harry. I love Clint Eastwood. I like John Wayne. I like that kind of acting in film. And I grew up in an area, John Wayne lived sort of near where I grew up. I was so interested in him and seeing him around. He seemed so normal. And I thought, I guess someone like me who knows nothing about it, doesn't know any way to get in, could do it.
Inspired as a person, Annette Bening. I just really saw her as my North Star for how I wanted to be, and I kind of still do. She has a lot of integrity, and I think she's probably a really disciplined person who speaks her truth and puts her family and her kids first.